Chapter 1. Pete's Friend Goes Missing. Pete could barely hear anything above the ragged sounds of his breathing. He was climbing the steep slope of the dusty-coloured mountain tucked behind the barracks. The crunch of a stick breaking close behind him made him glance over his shoulder. Lita was coming. He put on a burst of speed, weaving through the small shrubs and darting under the sparse, pointy trees that populated the desert climate. He winced when he remembered what felt like 1,000,000 years ago when he had leapt off a ledge like the one to his immediate left. His stomach flopped, and he grunted and dug his heels in faster. He cursed when Lita ran past him, easily overtaking him. Pete's lungs seared, and he stared disgruntled at the back of her short brown ponytail as it bobbed up and down. The top of the mountain was something spectacular. Pete looked down at the landscape below, noting his uncle's mansion, the nearby barracks, and a speck that was the obstacle course. Living in this desert borderland had taken some getting used to. Besides being very difficult to get to, requiring several long ports and then a very long train ride, most borderlands had extreme weather. This made them less appealing to visit, but also made them the perfect place to house the illegal compound of a warlord. The sun's unending rays pounded on Pete's face, but Lita seemed to barely register the heat. While he was dripping sweat and breathing hard, she looked like she had hardly done a workout. He frowned at her, but then glanced at what she was looking at when a gleam of light caught his eye. A few SUVs were racing away in the distance. "Huh," Pete huffed. "Wonder where they're heading." "Doesn't look good," she said quietly, staring at the retreating vehicles. When the cars were out of sight, she stared blankly at the buildings sprawled out below, as though she weren't even seeing them. Pete bit his lip, observing her. She'd come back from their first mission stronger and faster than ever, but she was off. There was no other way to put it. It was like she had left something behind, in that place. Pete shivered despite the heat. He tried to force the memory away, but before he knew it, he was remembering the grey, cold, ash-covered place that haunted his nightmares. He rubbed his left hand and felt the gritty feeling, like he was rubbing ash and grit all over it, and frowned. Pete looked down at his hand for the 1,000,000th time to see nothing on it, and sighed. He turned to Lita. Listen, I was wanting to talk to you about what happened last week."